Wow. Hey guys, this whole time I've been talking and you guys have not heard any volume. Omar, thanks for that. You just you saved my bacon there. We've had all kinds of technical snafus today. So thanks, Omar. Anyway, what I was saying is this is the live Trade Ideas Q&A, the abbreviated version. We had some technical difficulties this morning. Chris Varley, our man Chris Varley, was running the trading room this morning, filling in for Barry today. And Chris is located in the New York metro area. And as many of you know, New York is getting hit with a hurricane, or was hit with a hurricane, and a lot of flooding and power outages and whatnot. And while he was streaming this morning, the power went out on him. And we got kicked out of our YouTube stream and couldn't seem to get it back and going in time. But we're here now, and sorry about that snafu. Sorry for those of you who've been waiting. But here we are. I'm your host, Chicago Sean McLaughlin. Welcome. This is the abbreviated version of the Trade Ideas Live Q&A. I've got a time here till the top of the hour, and then we'll hopefully pass it back to Chris. But this is your option to ask questions. This is your time to ask questions about the software. If you're just getting started, if you're new here, you need help learning how to build some basics like a top list or an alert window, or creating and saving layouts, anything like that. This is your place to get those questions answered, and I'll do my best to answer them. And my standard disclaimer that I offer at the top of every one of these calls is, I know enough to be dangerous, but I don't know everything. So if you got a question that I can't answer, I can certainly point you in the right direction to get that question answered. So sorry about that, and sorry about the no volume earlier. Boy, what you saw me doing, if you were paying attention, is I was adjusting my stop losses on all my open swing trades. And it's super easy to adjust a stop loss. You can see my stop loss order right here on my chart. All I need to do is drag and drop that stop loss to a new level. And then it's working. It's super easy to manage your stop losses on open swing trades or on any open trades using Brokerage Plus. And Brokerage Plus, guys, I'm logged into the simulator here. You can see right here it says simulated trading. There you go. But once you've mastered how the simulated trader works, if that's something you're interested in, once you've figured out the workflow there, it's seamless changing it to live trading with your connected interactive brokers account. Live trading would work this exact same way. So once you got the mechanics down in the simulator, you're good to go. So that's what I was showing there when I was adjusting my stop loss orders. And now let's go back to the Strength Alerts channel. And the riff I was going on over there is I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the Strength Alerts channel. It's available to all Trade Ideas software subscribers. There is a standalone subscription where you can receive this email that you're seeing here on my screen. This email, people who do not subscribe to Trade Ideas software, they can just buy this email for $17 a month. $17 a month, and it comes into your inbox every weekend ahead of the Monday Open. And the email goes through all the different stocks that we like, and the rationale and the stops and entries and all that stuff for you to use. But the great thing about TI Strength is that if you're a swing trader, this is the results that we have experienced in the 4+ years of back testing plus a year of forward testing. The results we've used or experienced has been nothing short of outstanding. And the workflow for our back test. Now, look, we're not telling you how to trade these. Okay, it's up to you to manage your own positions. But the way we ran our back tests on the TI Strength Alert system is, you can see these, see the top list right here. You can see the 5 stocks. So every Monday morning, there's 5 new stocks for the week. Okay, it'll be these same 5 stocks all week long. And basically the way TI Strength Alerts worked, or the way our back test worked, is we bought all 5 stocks at the open of trading on Monday morning, right at the 9:30 Eastern opening bell. And we hold those trades, hold those positions all the way to the following Monday. So 7 full calendar days, right? We hold them all the way to the following Monday. And at the open of that next Monday, we close the positions, win or lose, we're out. And we roll in to the next 5 TI Strength Alerts that are published the next weekend. So basically every Monday morning, you're closing the old positions and entering the new positions. It'll take you probably 5 minutes of work at most. And if you had done that, or what we have done with our backtest, that's how we did it. And the results are phenomenal. In fact, I'm going to share a link here if you guys have not seen this. I'm going to put it in the strength channel here, or I'm sorry, in the YouTube channel, TI Strength. Here's the link. If you want to head to that link, you'll see a performance chart of how this has performed over the last 5 years, back tested and forward tested. The results are amazing. So if you are someone who doesn't have a whole lot of time to dedicate to trading every day, maybe you have another job, maybe you just have other responsibilities, or maybe you just don't want to sit in front of your screen and day trade all day long. Well, this TI Strength Alerts might be something that you can find some value in. I mean, the results speak for themselves. Simply buying 5 stocks on Monday's open and selling them the following Monday open and getting into the new ones. Boy, could it be any simpler than that? I don't think so. So there we go. I see that people are starting to stream in now, so that's great. We have 20 minutes or so left for the live Q&A. So guys, if you're sitting on a question, we got a small audience here, so you got my full attention. So throw a question at me, anything you got, I'll do my best to answer it. Meanwhile, the S&P 500, let's pull up an S&P chart. Oops. Boy, right back to new highs today, huh? Look at that. Everybody got scared last week around the Fed announcement, or should we say the Fed non-announcement? And boy, just ripping higher once again. I mean, how many times is this 50-day moving average? This is the 50-day moving average here on my chart. How many times has this thing been tested? And just every time, just hard bounce, hard bounce. I mean, my goodness. It's tough being a bear. And I know a lot of bears who, especially on these days when we're getting down to the 50, they're calling for the end of the world, or they're throwing on big bearish positions. They're leaning against the winners and trying to catch the top, and they've just gotten steamrolled over and over and over again. Tough living being a bear, I'll tell you, especially in this market. All right, folks. Well, don't have much to talk about if nobody's asking questions. So I hope you guys can come up with some stuff. Holly's been kind of quiet today. Let's pull up Holly AI. See how many trades she's done. She's done, what, 4 trades today? 3 longs and 1 short. Having a good day, though, so that's good news. The conservative profits up 332. Moderate profits a little less, 279. Those are good numbers. A good way to start your Monday. Let's look into the different trades she's done. She got short ALF. Ooh, boy. That took some stones to step into that one. But, boy, you got rewarded if you took that trade. See, Dell. Oh, beautiful entry. This is a 5-minute chart here, by the way, guys. Beautiful entry on Dell. Car. This one chopped around a little bit, but finally got going. That's good. ALXO. This one's not working so well, but we're not. It's not dead yet. Our stop loss level, you can see here on the chart, the red line there. It's our stop loss level. So there's still a chance. Still a chance. All right, folks. At the top of the hour, we're going to try to pass this back to Chris if he's got his power back. So I see a bunch of you have logged in since we got our start at the bottom of the hour here. Sorry for the delay. Some of you tried to join earlier and you couldn't get in. We were having some technical difficulties due to a power outage in New York City, which is where Chris Varley is. He was hosting the stream earlier and he got kicked off, and it took us a little while to get back in. Bentley Cool. Yeah, AMC. What about it? I'm looking at the daily chart and there's nothing to get excited about right there. I mean, yeah, it's moving up intraday. Nice. If you're day trading that thing, no reason not to hold it right now if you're long. But zooming out, looking at the daily chart, I mean, we're just kind of stuck in this range, 46 at the upper end and 28, 29 at the lower end. Not much going on there. You know who's making money on this AMC right now? It's the market makers selling options. To all you guys trying to make aggressive bets in AMC. They're printing money right now. Okay, so I've just heard word that Barry will be taking over the stream here at the top of the hour back in the trading room. So good news for Barry fans. I know there's a lot of Barry fans out there. Barry's the man. Barry is the man. So I'm just flipping around some stocks I have some interests in here. Stocks that I have positions in other channels. Boy, relentless rally. It's good to see. If you're long. If you're short, well, I got nothing for you. Sorry. My boy Steve Gomez is telling me in our company Slack that I should sing you guys all a song if there's no questions coming in. Any song requests? I got a little all-time high alert channel here, or alert window that I like to keep an eye on throughout the day. I just like to know stocks making all-time highs. I'm a big fan of getting involved in stocks making all-time highs. I like those because they've got no overhead supply to act as resistance. And this one's a new issue, it looks like. Could be an interesting play. Biosciences, though. Red flag. It's a tough trade in biotech stock. What was that stock last week that got halted intraday and then just opened up like 85% lower or something crazy? Whew, it's just tough. Bath and Body Works having an intraday move here. I'm pretty interested. So, folks, I see that there's 23 people logged in right now, lower than our normal attendance due to the fact that we started late. Apologies again. But I got about 10 minutes left to hang with you. So if you're sitting on a question that you need help with, or if you see a feature on the platform that you're just not quite sure what it does and you want it explained, I'll do my best to answer it. But you got to type your question in the YouTube channel here. Type it in there, and I'll see it, and I'll do my best to answer it. So fire away. If there's anybody here that just took our 2-week test drive and you signed up to stick around with a full subscription, raise your hand. Let me know you're here. I'll give you a shout out. Boom, 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 boom. Well, folks, I apologize. This is not making for a very entertaining Q&A here with no questions coming in. But the good news is Barry will be taking over the stream here in about 10 minutes. So hang tight if you're waiting for Barry. Check out some of these crypto stocks. Boy, we've seen some big runs in crypto lately, especially Cardano. My goodness. See if there's anything moving here. Hi, David. Yep, you're not alone, my friend. Everybody lost the stream. We had a power outage, and Chris Varley, who was handling the stream earlier for Barry, he's located in the New York metro area. And as you probably know, there's a hurricane, or was a hurricane, that came through and it's wreaking havoc on the power out there. And he lost his power in the middle of streaming, and we got kicked off of YouTube, and it took us a little while to get the hamsters rolling again. And so we got kicked off YouTube, and we got started late on live Q&A, but here we are. You didn't miss anything, David. Not a whole lot of people here, and no one's asking questions, so you didn't miss anything. So if you got a question, David, go ahead and throw it in. Boy, NVIDIA's had quite a run last few days. Mustafa, what are my thoughts on Holly auto trading? That's a very general question, but if you believe in the power of algorithms to take the human out of the equation, the humans being the most likely thing to cause problems, then Holly Auto Trading is great. It's for those, who see the value in strategies that have a statistical edge and can trust those strategies and trust those edges, and you want to kind of be hands off. Holly Auto Trading can be great for you. It's not for everybody, and we acknowledge that. It's basically for people who, while they understand the edge that statistical trading can offer them, you either don't have the skill set or the time or the inclination to build your own strategies and auto trade them. So you could use Holly and use the strategies that have already been built. That's really who it's for. So Mustafa, you've been paper trading for the past month, very small profits. Should I increase stop loss or dollar per trade? Well, I can't answer that question for you, Mustafa. I mean, it's gotta be in accordance with your trading plan, right? I mean, very small profits is better than any kind of loss, right? I don't know if increasing your stop loss is going to make it better or increasing the dollars that you invest will make it any better. It just means you're risking more. Really comes down to what's your risk level? What's your comfort with risk? I mean, sure, you could increase your trade size, but that also comes with increased risk, right? You could lose more. Checking out the old Buzz Social Sentiment channel here. These are stocks that a lot of people are talking about on social media for a variety of reasons. I know why they're talking about NVIDIA because of that move we've had over the last 4 days. Typically, you'll see that a lot of these stocks are stocks that are moving. That's why it's the chicken and the egg, right? Like, are the stocks moving because lots of people are talking about them? Or are a lot of people talking about them because the stock's moving? We don't know, but either way, it usually points us to the fact that there's some action happening here. And it might be time to get involved. Either jumping aboard the trend or fading the trend, whatever is your flavor. Oh, look at Google. That's a big move for Google there. That's a move that has some market implications for sure. Holly is very conservative, you would say, and I understand why from a programmer point of view. Yes, I mean, Holly is not intended to be a super risky vehicle. We don't ever want to take large losses. Large losses are the enemy of good trading. That should be pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, we don't, Holly, depending on your point of view, yes, you might think that Holly is conservative, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, the way a lot of people use Holly is they don't necessarily get into every trade that Holly gets into or trade Holly exactly the way Holly trades it. They will often just use Holly as a kind of an alert to consider putting a trade on. So when Holly gets into a trade like these trades here, I might pull up the chart and see, okay, she got into Dell and, I like this setup as a swing trader. I might get into the stock and hold it for a few days or a few weeks, right? Using Holly as that kind of indicator can be very useful and very powerful for people because here's the thing. Every trade that Holly got into, she got into because the trade popped up on one of her strategies. And those strategies have a statistical edge. It's been back tested. It's been proven. Okay. So I know with confidence that there is a statistical edge in play in any trade that Holly gets into. And if that just pushes the odds of success in my favor ever so slightly, even just to like 51-49 in my favor, well, if I do enough of those trades over enough time, those edges will start compounding in my favor. It's just math. So don't be afraid of using Holly as just a bullpen for ideas. You don't have to take every trade, but you can just have that added piece of confidence that might sway you to put on a smart, statistically significant trade. All right, folks, we're going to be passing this back to Barry here in a minute. Let me just see if he's ready. So guys, sorry about the snafu today with the technical difficulties, but we should be back and running for good now. And we do these live Q&As every trading day, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here in this YouTube channel. Just bookmark this link that you're at right now. Come back any day. We have different people hosting every day. Tomorrow, I believe, will be Steve Gomez. No, I'm sorry. Tomorrow will be Michael. So come on back. Every trading day, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. If you ever have questions about the software, this is the best place to get them answered because we can demonstrate the answer to you right here live on the stream. We can, we're always happy to help people over email. Our email address is info@trade-ideas.com. That's always a great place to get questions answered. But sometimes you just need somebody to show you how something's done, and this is the best place for us to do that. So we encourage you to make this your one-stop shop whenever you run into some snags on trade ideas. All right, Barry is logged in and ready to go. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And I'm going to pass you over to Barry now. Take care, everybody. Trade them well.
I mean, if this hit takes out 7 again, whether there's a pumper involved or not, I like to think there are more people than just that guy or whoever that person is. Ugh. Guys, PXLW. All right, guys, can you guys hear me in YouTube? I do apologize for this. We've had an issue with somebody losing their power. Maybe you can hear me now. Give me a heads up. Maybe David, if you can hear me. Okay, thank you very much, Peter. So sorry about that today. We had some technical issues. All right. So guys, keep an eye on DATS again. DATS if it takes out 7 again. All right. Had a bit of a trade-off, sell-off. I would definitely be keeping an eye on DATS if it took out 7 again. Again, when I say that, I'm not saying to take the trade. Just if it meets your trading style, then you might want to just take a hard look at it. The other one is the CIO has been teasing us again. I don't like the way they got another pop here. CIO had another pop. If I do it too quickly, I'm going to just get the first. There we go. CIO looked like it was ready to run again. Let me get this 15-minute chart. Looked like it was ready to run again right there, and then it just dropped again. Okay, thank you, Sean. You mean, no, obviously you don't just mean sizing them, do you, MD? No, I think I know what you mean, but no. You're not just talking about doing this. Or are you? If you are, then yes. Oh, is that what you mean? Okay, you just grab the top and pull it. You know, just the same way you grab the side and pull it. So you just grab, once that icon changes to the up and down arrow, then you just start pulling it up or down. All right, so I can see from my option scanner, wow, the PXLW, that one definitely worked. I mean, we had an alert at 527, and it's up to 569 now. That's a good, nice percentage increase. And it's continuing. So there were, okay, so we had 5 from the option scanner. I said immediately on the trill, TRIL, just disregard it. It's a buyout, so okay, disregard that. The next 2 we had, VVOS 666. You know, obviously that did, I mean, I could say it worked to a certain extent. 666, I got up to 7 before it came down. The SIEB 484. And it got up to, yeah, so that one really didn't move. But CIO, 1593, and it got up to 1638. Choppy, though. I would say the best one of the bunch, though, for sure, PXLW. And, you know, getting an alert at 527, getting up to 574. That's a nice percentage increase. Torps, I have not had any issues. I haven't seen anybody. You know, I do follow the internal discussions all day long. I have not seen anybody say that the price alert's not working. But you know what? Let's set one. I've got it minimized. But let's do PCMB. No, but it's nothing to do with the beta. I mean, the price alerts, the functionality of price alerts has not changed in like forever. Okay, so but again, let me put a price alert here, 569. Let's see what happens. And I'll put a price alert just underneath. 563. Okay, so I've got 2 price alerts bracketed. Now just move. There you go. So no, it popped up on my screen, no problem, as I would expect it. And you guys know me well enough. If there was an issue, I'd be all over our development guys. So I just haven't seen an issue, and I haven't seen, en masse, lots of support tickets coming in saying having a problem with the price alert. So that's usually my first indicator, is if I start to see a lot of support tickets regarding a specific aspect like price alerts or anything else, then I know. Meanwhile, there's a red bar ignored for AB. Wow, you talk about a nice looking pattern. So look at on the 2-minute chart. There's a red bar ignored. 3 green candles. The fourth candle totally engulfed by the previous green candle. The next candle is green, taking out the high of the previous red candle. That is a classic red bar ignored on a 2-minute chart. So just think of it this way: you have a trend, you have a pause in the trend continues. No idea why it's up. No idea. I don't see any news on it. Well, guys, I mean, I almost hate to bring it up, but CIO, I mean, it's getting there. You see what happened? Yeah, with this new search feature, what I'm noticing is if there is a symbol that starts with just a single letter and you're a little too quick, you won't get the right load. What's the spread like? Yeah, it's still that little 4-cent spread, 1620, 1624. I swear, if it gets to a bid of 1630, 1633, something like that, bid ask, I think then it might have a shot. I'm only basing that on the fact that after hours on Friday, it got all the way up to 21, all the way up to 21, before it pulled all the way back. And even in the pre-market today, it got up to 1760. So, traders are aware of all this. Yeah, no, you can't do it, MD. I mean, we're enhancing the features of our charts slowly but surely, and that might be one of them. I have no idea. Well, it looks like Zach was right so far anyway. I thought maybe this would recover right about here. I thought maybe it would start to recover. Got it back up to 7, but yeah, Hood does have. I have this one thumbnailed, so that's why I do know I can see the big move on some decent volume. The high looking left, that was 45.56. That was Friday's high. So it could stall there. Not sure it's got a ton of room to move. So why does Baidu have a potential for a big day? Why do you say that? I don't trade Baidu, but I mean, it's had a nice comeback. Ooh, look at this EQ. How interesting. Right to the 200-day moving average. There it is, 615. Right to the 200-day moving average. Low float, 12 million in the float. It is trading 7 times normal. And it's now trying to get through that 200-day moving average. If it does, I mean, the next high looking left is 619. And then, I mean, it has a shot. There's the next high after that, 675. Not saying it's going to get there. Look at this go, though. Oh, wow. Bit of an issue. Spread. 614, 622, 614, 622. That's a tough spread for a $6 stock. All right, Omar, I have to delete that post. We don't do that here, okay? I'm talking about in our YouTube room. We don't talk about anything going to the moon. Well, guys, let's see if this is the time it's going to move. CIO. I'm still holding out that if it gets back over 7 DATs, it could still have another run. Big bottoming tail here. Big bottoming tail here, so we have to see if that holds and then moves. So the only thing regarding trend, Mustafa, right click on a chart, and then where it says markup, you can put trend lines, okay? So it's right click on a chart, right click, markup, and then trend lines, okay? And then you can add some trend lines. So in this room, Matthias, I don't make any recommendations like that. Is this a good stock? Plus, I don't trade stocks that are that expensive. It's just stuff I don't do. So Baba and Zillow, which one is Zillow? Is that Zed? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, so I cannot tell you yes, this is a good time to start a position, or no, it is not. I mean, Zillow. I mean, look, it had a nice day on Friday. Maybe it's going to continue, but I don't know. Well, Zillow Group. Well, it doesn't matter whether it's ZG or Z. I mean, they're probably going to trade very much the same. But it doesn't matter. It's just out of a price range that I trade. I mean, I don't know what the difference is between Z and ZG. Looks like the same price. You look at the month though. I mean, are you thinking that this is going to be the month that turns around? I mean, I don't see any clue, or the week. I don't see any clue that's leading me to believe that that's happening now. It's trading, very light trading. So I don't see any clue that this is a turnaround yet. Now that does not mean that it's not going to. Okay, Torps, that's probably could have been the reason, yeah. Now this is still stuck. This VVOS is still stuck here. Look at that 15-minute chart. Just kind of a bit of a channel. What's the high there? Around 580, 540. So just kind of no direction right now. MKTW underneath that whole number now and drifting down, all-time low. Unfortunately, not shortable for me at Interactive Brokers. I'm talking about the MKTW. All-time low. All right, guys, give me a moment. I'll be right back. All right, so we don't talk politically here at all, Shoes, okay? There's just a little too much political in that statement, okay? All right, guys, so I'm not getting too many new alerts, though I just got one, I guess, for oust. So, yeah, this is just not dynamic enough. I mean, there's the alert at 878, it's still only 887. Just not dynamic enough yet. Well, that's impossible for me to say, Mustafa, because I'm an intraday trader. I know it's going to sound crazy, but the daily, weekly, and monthly charts are so important to me because everything I do is at a high of the day. All right, so that's why I'm always looking at the daily, weekly, and monthly. But if I had to have just one intraday chart, it's a toss up between the 5 and the 15. But, you know, I will always have my daily, weekly, monthly. I always want to know, great, you've just made a new high for the day. Where could you keep going based on these higher time frames? Where's the next high? So, but intraday, probably a 5 or a 15. If I had to pick, you know, I wouldn't go lower. If I could only pick one, I'd be hard pressed to. I don't know. It's a toss up between the 5 and the 15. Spies on the 15. Yep. Well, guys, this CIO is just too darn messy. I've taken another little loss in it. I may just forget about it. It's just too messy for me. Keep thinking I thought maybe with that 1630 it would break out. CIO. There we go. Okay, guys, DATS is coming back. I mean, there's a nice big bottoming tail for it. I mean, DATS is coming back. You know, that trade might have been ruined briefly, but I still think, the DAT's taking out 7 again. So there's a big bottoming tail there. What does that mean? That means, the sellers knocked it down here, all the way down to 646. The buyers closed it here. And then they look like they're trying to gain control again. Just kind of waiting to see if we get another one from the option scanner to see if we get a late day one. Yeah. I don't know what you guys, in YouTube think you're going to get away with. But we got the pumpers out in full force in our YouTube channel. All right, guys. Yeah, that's support, which I find it difficult intraday, but SPRT is, now over 10 or at 10. The high on Friday was 1044. High before that was, was 1088. So over 10. I mean, it's got some room to Friday's high of 1044. All right, that's getting, there's that, well, okay, now SPRT just took out, I think, the high of Friday, is that right? We're right at the high? Sorry, no, 1044 is the high Friday. Keep an eye on DATS again, guys, especially if, you get a bid of 710 or something, leaving 7 behind. Right now, I mean, it's still iffy whether it's going to take out 7. You get a bid of 710 or something, chase mode now, but what do we get? You got up to 716. I think I'll put an alert around 709 again. Okay, guys, so again, teasing. DATS is teasing again right at 7. I'd wait for about a 710 on the bid before I would get interested again. And that is the DATS, D-A-T-S. All right, guys. One more talk about our big promo that we've got going right now for 25% off. As I wait for DATS maybe to break out. All right, so there is the promo code to use. Okay, so test drive 25% off the first month only or the entire year. So when you click on my homepage link, this is what you'll see. So you just click on Get Trade Ideas, pick what you want, choose your plan, monthly, annual. If you're new, listen, don't go annual, okay? Please don't take out an annual subscription if you do not know this program that well. You can always start off with a standard, 118, less than 25%. Remember that 25% discount is only good for the first month. Only good for the first month. If you maintain a monthly subscription, this is what you'll pay going forward. But if you take out a standard monthly subscription, apply the 25%, and then within a month you decide, 30 days, so today's the 23rd, so let's just say by September 20th, 21st, you say, you know what, I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade to an annual. You can do so and we'll honor the 25% promo code, okay? A lot of information on my homepage. Save the link. The trade of the week and the stock of the day. I mean, but here, lots of education. Lots of education on that link right here. You know, the 20 introductory lessons, daily support, daily webinars. They start again this week, Monday to Thursday, 5 o'clock. Eastern Time, more educational videos, creating your account, starting trade ideas from scratch. If you're new to trading, great little video series. What is a stock? Starts off with what is a stock? Okay, so there's a lot of information there. And then of course, if you're a subscriber, you have access to a layout. I've got a layout that you can use and a lot of individual scans that I've created. So especially these two sections here, a lot of information. Save my link, then you can look at it whenever you want. Okay, so I don't know what you. Oh, great, Dova. Nice to hear. I don't know what you mean by most profitable formula. I'm not sure I know what you mean. I mean, these are all ideas, okay? I mean, me personally, I like my option scanner. I like this one a lot. It doesn't give me too many alerts over the course of the day. Exactly. You get the idea now, Dova. There is no magic formula. You know what's having a bit of a bounce here is AXSM. AXSM. It's got there's a big deal in the pre-market. got up to $30. I mean, my goodness, $30 in the pre-market. And then it got all the way down to 22, and it's starting to try to come back a little bit. Did have some news. No additional info it was required, but the PDUFA is not going to be completed by the date that they thought. So the initial reaction was no additional information was required. I mean, it's still up 11%. That's again, guys, trying to hit that 7. You know, put an alert, price alert around 710 and see what it's doing at that point. See if that bid gets up to 710. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I had myself on put myself on mute for a second there. I'm just keeping an eye. Really, all I'm doing is keeping an eye on DATS. I want to see if it can get back over 7. I'd love to see a bid of about 710 to get clear of 7 for a while anyway. Well, not much happening right now for me. How's that LICY doing? Is it over 10 again? Or 9 again? Now, this is kind of a sneaky one. Very, very sneaky. Be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. If it holds 9, I mean, it's got some room. Just not that dynamic right now. All right, well, the first little SPY turn. You know, this ouse could turn into a sneaky one also. Look at this, 878 was the alert. It did get almost up to 9. You know, I mean, if it takes 9 out, then the next high looking left is 976. So there is, there's got some room. Had a nice couple of days after being down about 5 days in a row. This was a earnings play in the 9th, so I'm assuming, it was post-market, so the reaction would have been on the 10th. So there was the earnings reaction. So actually a couple of nice days. I mean, not fantastic, but, and then for whatever reason, the big drop. At a 25% drop. I don't know if they did a financing or what they might have done. Give me a moment, please. Grin continues. I didn't like the spread. I still don't like the spread. 1359, 1375, but it still continues higher here. Let's see, 2-year range at the top of the 2-year range. Obviously, right over here is the lifetime high around 20. If I use a 3%, well, I never use a percentage stop loss, so I really, I don't operate that way. I don't believe in it. I believe there should be a little more scientific method of putting a stop loss. Be it support on a chart or maybe a moving average. But just to say, you know what, I'm just going to use a 1 or 2 or 3% stop loss. That's me though, okay? I'm not trying to say nobody should do that. But if you've got a stop loss of 3%, you've got you're looking at you're looking for a 9% return. 3 to 1, 1 to 3 risk reward. Yeah, and I certainly can't speak for other people. I don't know what other people do, but in terms of a fixed stop loss, I have a 10-cent stop, a 20-cent stop, a 1% stop, a 2. Yeah, it's just not the way I operate. Well, guys, that's why we wait. So DATS could not take out 7 with any authority. So I'm glad I didn't jump the gun. All right, let's take a look at BASE. BASE. Real is talking about BASE. I'd love to. Okay, so this was an IPO, I guess, back here. That's why it's not showing up. It's out of the price range I like, but I can see what he's looking at. Okay, give me a moment, please. Again, sorry. Real took one of them. 199,000 now at Interactive Brokers. This XERS, don't think it has any shorts. Oh, it's now shortable again. Ha. Very few at Interactive Brokers. There's 9.8, 9,800. So people are starting to cover a little bit. Okay, guys, so I know a broken record. DATS pulled all the way back down to 660 something, 670, I guess. Right back up. I keep a vigilant eye on it. It gets back over 7. I'm not in this anymore, okay? But I'm really looking to get back in it around that 710 level if I get the bid at 710. Here's another one on the way up, maybe getting into nosebleed area here. I mean, take a look. Wow, another little pop for it. I'm talking about EOSE. EOSE. Great break on the 15s right here had I seen it. Next high looking left on is 1380. Where do you think, Real? Do you think it's getting riper and riper? 300,000 shares at IV to short, EOSE. That SPRT is, I find that's another very difficult intraday type trader, SPRT. William, I know you're long MKTW. Well, we do have a price crossing the VWAP, but not a moving average crossing the VWAP, if that's what you're looking for. We do have a price crossing the VWAP, but not a moving average. All right, guys. Well, EOSE looks like it's starting to work now on the way down. Yeah, we don't have any price crossing intraday moving averages. We have moving average crossovers, but not a price crossing a moving average intraday. We don't have a moving average crossing VWAP, no. We have price crossing VWAP and not a moving average crossing the VWAP. You know, I mean, this is what we have for the VWAP, okay? So cross above, cross below. But those are prices, not moving averages. Give me a moment, excuse me, a moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. Well, I had to answer a question. Sorry, Triple. Okay, so we are now this EOSE. I mean, it was a brief drop. It still looks like it's maybe an interesting short. EOSE. And Pfizer again just teasing around that 50 level. PFE. Just sitting right around that 50 level. Again, with their news. I think it's getting hurt a little bit because of the acquisition they've done. I haven't read through it all, but I'm sure they're issuing stock, or they're probably issuing stock. Yeah, I don't see the volume coming into VVOS. Sorry, I don't see it. For me to see volume in this VVOS, I mean, check out the 15-minute chart. Okay, look at the volume bars here. I think you'd have to see something that would look at least like that. You know, breaking out of all these previous ones. Okay, that's something that looks obviously want it to be blue, meaning a buying volume. But right now, I don't see that there's volume kicking in at all. So doesn't mean it's not going to happen later on. And again, DATS. But things completely slowed down for me now. I'm not getting any new alerts. I think what he might have meant was every now and then, you know, you don't hear me for a while. I've put myself on mute. I'm answering some internal questions, and then every now and then I do forget to turn the mic back on. So that is what he might be referring to. Well, guys, what do you want to talk about? This is really slowed down now for me. Does anyone else just trade the open/day trader? Not sure I know what you mean by that. I mean, there are a lot of day traders in the room. There are a lot of swing traders in the room. Not sure I know exactly what you mean. You're talking about the gap. I mean, there's all sorts of different trading styles in the room. And by the way, welcome. This one still intrigues me as a potential short. EOSE. I mean, it's got a lot of room down to, I guess, that 2-minute support level. It looked the same on the 5-minute. Yeah, but the same on the 5. Couldn't get my fill. Could not get the fill I wanted. I used the midpoint and I just didn't, in Interactive Brokers, I did not get the fill I wanted. For the EOSE. Oh, nice to hear. Alex with 2 X's. Nice to hear. Yeah, fine tuning them. That's a trick. I mean, I do it all the time. I don't want to be inundated with alerts in all the scans I've got. So I'll do things like up the relative volume, maybe up the minimum volume. Of course, I have a price range that I like. That helps to whittle it down a bit. But probably one of the best things you can try though is the relative volume filter. You can start experimenting. If you have an alert window that's giving you way too many, then start moving that relative volume up 3, 4, 5, 6, and just see what happens. Then there could be days in which you're not getting hardly any alerts. Then you can maybe relax it a bit. Yeah, the options, for getting only a few alerts every day, I love it. There's a first. I'm hearing jet boy, jet girl in French. Yeah, that's well. Again, that's why I was steadfast in waiting for that alert up here at 7:10. It just didn't happen. It is not. It is shortable. Yeah, it is shortable. Not that I really want to take a short on it yet, but yeah, there were 62,000. I'm sure I looked earlier. There were no shorts available. For me, at Interactive Brokers, I should always say that. This has nothing to do with trade ideas. Okay, we don't track how many shorts any broker has, of course. Well, I would answer, probably real might be looking at a break of at least the 2-minute 8 EMA in the 2-minute chart. See how it's hugging it? Hugging it. Excuse me, it is not anywhere, it's not close to, well, it's a little bit close to breaking it, but well, it's just that that if a stock has got a lot of option volume, relative option volume, not just the pure volume itself, then it's obviously something's happening that day. Okay? So all I'm looking for instance, the PXLW. So it's not that the option volume today, 8,900 contracts, but it's 3,000% of normal. Okay, so my filters, it has to be at least 300%. So this is really having a huge an abnormal option day. Consequently, it's just another way of looking at stocks with volatility. That's all it is. So you can rest assured they're probably going to be moving. If you're intraday trading, you don't want to start looking at stuff that doesn't move, obviously. So a couple of ways to do it. Obviously, relative volume. Look at that, 38 times normal. And then we're finding I'm putting some very tough filters in my option scanner. Not trading the option, I'm just looking for abnormal option activity. And consequently, I mean, this is what you're going to get. Something that's trading 38 times normal. No, it's total options. Total contracts. Now, you could, we've got a put call. You could use the ratio, the put call ratio, if you wanted to make sure. I just haven't found that it makes that much difference. But we do have a put call ratio. So here's the put call ratio. So if you wanted to ensure, it was definitely more calls than puts or vice versa, you could use that ratio. I haven't found that it makes that big a deal. The other thing you could do, if you wanted to, again, I don't think, I just haven't found that it matters that much, but, oops. Okay, yeah, using the put call volume or ratio, that would do it. If you want to make sure that it's more puts than calls or vice versa. The hood on the move, guys. Hood on the move. It's above Friday's high for sure now. HOOD. The hated Robin Hood. But look at this. So the next high looking left is 46.88. Takes that out. $52. I'm not saying that's going to happen. You're just looking left at levels that it has to clear. Top 5 analyst initiations. Yeah, I do see. So you're right, a lot of upgrades. So I don't know if real is looking at it like I am, but yeah, there's that 8 EMA on the 2-minute chart. Finally pierced it. It is a spready one though, very very spready. 41.67, 42.29, and that's tough to commit. If it drops $3, that won't matter. But to me, it's just tough to commit to it with that spread. A new alert. NUVB. NUVB. Nuvation Bio. The high last month was 955, so it's getting close. That's interesting. I mean, this is trying to have a comeback. I don't know if there's any specific news on it. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Are you kidding me? IC is having a pop. Is it over 10? Yeah. All right. Well, we've been waiting for this one for about a year now. I joke, of course, but volume coming in. The high last month got up to what, 1025 or so. This teased so much at that $10 level. You look at a daily chart, you can just sort of see, look at all this, but some volume is coming in. Yeah, Go EV has been a pretty steady one all day. Yeah, the short float, almost 28% that we have anyway. It's not a low float, 100 million, 28% of it is short though. I seem to remember somebody last week had a big sell recommendation for NVIDIA. Not in the room, I'm talking about the quote-unquote analyst. Look at this, yeah, all-time high, wow. You know, for almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, for about 8 months, you had to, you know, if you were in this one, you know, here, you had really nothing happening for 8 months for NVIDIA. And it's in the last 5 months that it's just been ripping again. No, it wasn't it wasn't anybody in the room. It was the analyst. Some analyst had a short recommendation on NVIDIA. Again, GOEV making another new high. Well, VVOS, the last time I looked, was still stuck. Yeah, it's still kind of stuck. I'm sorry, that's VV. Yeah, it's just kind of stuck. I mean, I don't know if it's going to, I have an alert set up here around 620 or so. See if it does do that later on. It's a low float, you know, so anything can happen. I mean, it's traded the float, let's see. About 8.5 times, okay? So, I mean, there's a lot of enthusiasm, but, you know, for the last hour or so, it's done really nothing. 2 hours. So, do I think something's going to happen later on? I have no idea, but well worth it to probably put an alert over 6. I have one, I think, set at the high right there, 624. See if it takes that out on some volume, though, right? Always need the volume. So as Real said before, on the base, because of the spread, you had to share size accordingly, you know, because that spread, you know, 97.35 right now. But again, that won't really matter, you know, if it drops $3, $4. Let's see, did IC hold that gain? Nope, not yet anyway. Probably seen this 10 times. IC taking out 10 and then dropping right back down. Let's see, Wainwright, let's see, that was on the 19th, so when was that? That was on Thursday. Excuse me, so Wainwright initiates coverage with a price target of 20. I think, oh, they're reiterating. I think they're just reiterating it. But it's a tough one. I mean, it just does not want to really clear 10. I mean, just look at the weekly chart, guys. You can see, look, 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row. It was trying. Even this week right here, it was trying. That's 2 weeks ago. This could turn into the same thing. Maybe eventually, you know, maybe it'll just break right through. I have to put an alert, say at 10:28. I mean, it'll be an all-time high if it does that. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't want to surge through 10. And GOEV making another new high. Well, you would think that this has got to be a big resistance area around $8 for GOEV. Just looking at that daily chart, all the action at 8. All right, guys, I will be shutting this room down around 3 o'clock. So just one last turn. And taking a look at the promotional code we've got going for 25% off the entire year or the first month. Yeah, but unless you get something like center point, rubber toe, you're talking about they probably had a lack. I didn't even look at it, but you're talking about lack of shorts for ABVC. But, you know, who's got shorts for it? I mean, I'm not saying no, but of course there are going to be brokers that will have shorts for this, but unless you're using center point, Boy, Uber is just doing nothing. Look at this. Look at Uber on a 15-minute chart. Look at this. You'd think it was a buyout right here. All right, guys. Well, we're getting closer. I'll be shutting the room down at 3. You too, Thomas. Yeah, I'm just checking my thumbnail charts. Nothing happening there for me. Well, it looks like Inva's going the wrong way, guys. This was the trade of the week. Now, I know it briefly triggered, but I would never suggest anybody takes it on that first 1 minute candle. But at any rate, 1619 was the trigger. But, tomorrow, who knows? I might come right back. That's funny. The do not trade, in case you're wondering, guys, PFE is on the do not trade DNT. Oh, I have no idea. MKT, you know, if you're, I don't know, whether some high valuations put on MKTY. I see some downgrades or upgrades, initiates coverage. If you're talking about Wedbush with a 12 rating, yeah, but you know that could happen. Maybe later on, it may never happen. You know, just because an analyst puts an upgrade on it doesn't mean anything really. Especially the day of. I mean, I don't know if there's other news on it, but you know, I mean, this was already in a downtrend, so they've, you know, I guess they're trying to bottom feed a bit. I don't know. I don't know. Is that the only one? Was it just Wedbush? No, saw nothing. No, there's no news other than you know, other than the upgrade. Ugh, look at this one. This high ho. I mean, it was up, and they just dropped. Lots of volume coming into support. Ha! A lot of support. No, but seriously, a lot of volume just came into SPRT. Over 2 million shares on that 15-minute candle. That's what I was trying to say, Aja. Exactly. Well, guys, I don't know why, but I am keeping an eye on DATS, DATS. I was actually toying with the idea of shorting it. All right, guys. So getting set to wind this up. Any other questions coming in? I don't see any. Well, let's just take a look at another site, okay? All right, so another site has 39%. We've got 55%. So I mean, whatever it is, sometimes it's very hard to get a handle on it, but it's going to be high. Okay? Well, maybe this time it looks like SPRT might hold 10. Yeah, we just have a halt, guys. Kara just got halted for news on the way up or down. Sort of iffy. So, Kara just got halted for news. And that is CARA. Now, hopefully, I don't know what people are waiting for on this one. We all know what happened to SNOA last week, or was it the week before that? I think it was the week before. Hasn't really... No, it's not this one. SCSN, thank you. My goodness, I can't believe I forgot that. That's bad enough too. The SNOA is bad enough. But you're right, it was the SCSN. And it's just devastation. So, I mean, for people waiting on news thinking it's going to be good, let this be your poster child. Sorry, so let that be your poster child for thinking that news has got to be good, just waiting on it. And look what happened. And that was intraday. That was just devastating. Yeah, I don't see the news yet, but news pending. Kara FDA decision. Oh, man. So here we go, guys. I mean, this is what they're waiting for. await an FDA nod for a new drug NDA. Okay? So I sure hope that anybody who's in this one right now, I sure hope that it's favorable. Look, I'm not going to be an investment advisor, but when you're waiting for something and you're hoping that they're going to get a favorable approval with a bio, I mean, hey, listen, it's a flip of a coin. Because there were a lot of people that were so sure that SASN was going to get a favorable reaction with their, I think it was a kidney drug. I think it was a kidney drug. And it's only a new drug application. I mean, I guess that's important. I mean, without having, without their saying yes to a new drug application, I mean, nothing goes forward. I get it, but so far, no clue, guys. I see 1428, 1430 on the bid ask, and it's halted at 1428. So no clue yet about what the news is going to be. All right, guys, it's getting close. I think I'll wrap it up now. If there are no more questions, I will stick around if there are more questions. But otherwise, I think I'll wrap it up right now. Again, I'll always wait. I'll always stick around if there are some questions. I guess I may as well wait another 3.5 minutes till 3 o'clock. I'm just going to check on the CARA to see if the news has been released yet, and with a resumption, sometimes they'll say, okay, well, but the news is not out yet. Well, guys, AXSM has had a nice bounce. I know there were some of you who took that bounce, and I think it's into the VWAP. I believe it's into the VWAP. Sorry, that's Kara. AXSM. 2480, so it's right into the VWAP. AXSM. I was waiting for, I mean, Zach cannot hear me, but well, guys, we got a tagger by the tail here on the support. SPRT. But it's still pretty volatile. 1073 right back down to 1050. All right, guys, I see it is now 3 o'clock, or just about 3 o'clock. So are there any other questions? All right, I don't see any questions. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for all the help. I know a bit of a truncated day. It'll be back to normal tomorrow. So have a great evening, everybody, and I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Just give me a moment. There we go. Okay, so as I say, have a great evening, everybody. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.